Hi guys, welcome back to another fun tea session with me. And in today's session, I'm going to be telling you about what are those few tools that a PM should use or must use to make their life 100% better. So without further ado, let's get going. So guys, before we start, as usual, quick introductions. Hi, my name is Arushi and I have about 7 years of experience building tech products. And in this time, I've worked as a PM for about 3-4 years now. And a PM's life is hard. I know a lot of you are here because maybe you want to become a product manager, or you already are a product manager, or you're exploring different career options and product management is probably one of them. But guys, I think one thing we all must acknowledge, that a product manager's job is a bit hard. And why is it hard? Because this guy has to look at user pain points, this guy has to look at data, this guy has to manage a bunch of stakeholders, he has to speak to engineering, get things done, talk to design, blah 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 blah, and basically make shit happen. And someone who's getting so much done, well, I mean, okay, a lot of you will be like Arushi, you're making PM bigger than they are, and what do they do, and so on and so forth. There's so many haters out there, but haters gonna hate. I know a PM's job is hard and it requires a lot of meticulous planning and hence a lot of tools that will help you on your way. And if you want to become a product manager, might as well learn about these tools. Will be handy and will probably help you trigger a conversation with another product manager, maybe share tips about how to best use one of these tools. Right, so without further ado, let's get going. Alright guys, before we start the video, quick call out. This is my first collaboration video and this is with a product called Product Monkey. And these guys have built a really kick-ass tool on how to manage your Jira tickets or how to project manage your work. But we'll talk more about that in this video. So let's get started. So I have broken this video down into 4 parts, as in 4 types of tools that a product manager could use. Now this is depending on the problem statement that they have. I have spoken enough about what a product manager does, so a lot of you would understand that research is an important angle in their job. And what is the best tool to use there? Pros. Oh yes, my friend, AI. Your ChatGPT, your Bard are your best friends. I can't tell you how easy my job has become after this cool invention. You want to know what your competitor is doing, what is the best way to do something, you want to know what different innovations have been done to get people to subscribe more to a product or grow more or whatever, your sky is the limit. Whatever questions you want to ask, I'll give you real examples of where I've used ChatGPT very recently. Our team at Noon is planning to build a new cool feature and I wanted to see if there's any competitor who's done it. I just asked Bard and Bard gave me very cool answers. So does ChatGPT most of the time, but there's a caveat over here. So by the way, in this video, it's a little bit different than the others. So I'll be giving you the tools. I'll probably give you a demo on how to use it. And third, I'll also tell you what are the best practices over here. With AI, I think there's just one pinch of salt that you have to take, that it could be unreliable, especially ChatGPT, because its information is, a little dated. I usually use Bard when I want to make sure that the information is relevant real time. However, I still ask Bard for links to the document that it has referred to give me that information, so that I can go to the article itself. 1, sharing that article is better than sharing a Bard response. 2, it also gives me an information on when that article was published, how dated the article itself is, and so that I can make a more nuanced understanding of the research that I've done. I don't want to look like a fool saying something to someone which ultimately proves as a false thing. So that's the thing, but it definitely makes searching easier. That's one absolutely amazing thing about these AI tools. What I also use to do a lot of my product research is actually networking. I try to get in contact with people in the same place as where I'm researching. So if I work with ads, I have set up a few connections with people who work in ads itself. And how I did that? Again, drum rolls. Well, I did a LinkedIn post asking people to tell me if they know someone who works in ad tech. Simple. If you are comfortable posting online, guys, there's a whole new world that gets opened up for you. I know a lot of us feel shy at first, but there's no point feeling shy. I think there's nothing wrong that you'll do if you're posting on LinkedIn asking people to give you connects. I mean, that's what it is for, right? So anyway, those 2 things or those 2 tools, networking, which is through LinkedIn mostly, and using AI has been the most important, most impactful tools for me when I did my product research, and I'm sure they'll work for all of you as well. the second part, which is collaboration. Now I've done my research, but now I want to take that research to my engineering team, to my design team, to my business stakeholders. Like a lot of people have to collaborate, have to comment. Sometimes legal and finances will have to comment and respond to your work. What do you do in that case? Well, in that case, I think the short answer is Google Suite, my friends. Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, whatever you want to use, get it there, send it to the right people, and your job is done. I think I've never found a better tool for collaboration than Google. The only thing that you have to be careful about is that no two people should be editing it at the same time. I mean, that is also something that Google has solved for. You can see where the other person is, and you guys can coordinate a little bit on the doc. But still, I mean, it's better if people are not on the dock at the same time. But other than that, it's smooth. It gives you all the information that you need when you're on the dock. Who else is reading it? Who else is commenting on it? What has someone said? And so on and so forth. Plus the commenting part of Google Docs, my goodness, that works the best. What you need to do is just ask people, give people commenting access only. You be the editor, give them commenting access and ask them to comment like 100% of the words on the doc if they want to. But with the commenting, what happens is everyone's comment could be on, like, two people can comment on the same line, and their comments will be seen separately, like being shown on your screen right now. And the other thing with comments is that once you answer something, there's an email that goes out to the person who commented, so they'll know that their comment has been responded to, and they can come back to the docs. The conversation can go from there, and so on and so forth. Plus you have a history of the comment, so if you want to ever go back later to where what the comments were and what were the responses and so on, it's all there. So it's a very highly engaging tool, especially Google Docs. I think they're a great way to share ideas. There's no surprise that Amazon has moved away from slides to docs, because it's absolutely amazing to collaborate on docs, and you can do so much. You can write, you can do tables, you can do diagrams, you can obviously do whatever you could do on a slide as well. So it's just more scalable, just more collaborative than anything else. But yes, of course you can do it on Google Sheets or Google Slides as well. So that's my collaboration tool. But what are the best practices over here? Like I said, the first thing is make sure that no two people are doing it at the same time. The second thing is making sure that you give the right access to the right person. If I want someone to just read a document and not comment or edit on something, give them just read access. Maybe people to whom I give the final version of a doc where there's no scope of changes, where their inputs are not even sought. For example, help docs, or for example, maybe there's a legal terms and condition that the legal team has finally given me after sign-offs and everything, maybe that. So certain docs are just read only, and make sure that you give just that access, because if someone changes something, the entire doc could change. So that's the read access. Then you've got the comment access, which is the one that I give most frequently, because the doc is owned by me. I don't want anyone else to change it, but I want others to comment on it, tell me where I've done something wrong or where they have other inputs on it. So the comment access, I think, is should be the most frequently used access. And keep the edit to yourself or to a very close group. Edit is when you're literally co-owning the document with somebody else. Otherwise, if you are the owner, never ever give that away, because you don't know where someone would change something and the meaning would change and you wouldn't even know that. So edit is just for a very close group, likely just one person, at max 2 or 3. Maybe you were co-writing a doc with your manager or with a business stakeholder or whatever. Maybe then it will work. But even then, I will strongly suggest that one of you owns the doc and the other is a big collaborator or a big commentator. So make sure that you give the right access to the right people, and that's just my best practice for the Google Docs piece. Now coming to the third kind of problem statement that a product manager goes through, and that is note taking. Like I said, a product manager has a lot of stakeholders to manage, and how do we manage that? Well, we have meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting with different stakeholders, and our job at the end of it is to make sure whatever was aligned on is written somewhere, so that later somebody cannot stab you on your back. That has happened with me a couple of times. Someone said something, agreed to something, and then they were like, oh, I never did that. So make sure you make your notes and send them out to all of those guys who might turn their backs on you. Okay. So that's important, and it's not just about, jokes apart, not just about people turning their backs on you, but it's also about keeping a note. Maybe you understood something incorrectly, maybe that's not what they meant, or maybe you had 5 iterations of something and someone might forget what was the final thing that we aligned on. So it's just the best thing where you can keep notes or keep recordings of what was the final thing discussed or what is the latest thing discussed. So more often than not, a product manager's job is to lead and send MOMs of meetings. MOMs is minutes of the meetings, where you basically after the meeting send a quick summary on what was discussed and what was the outcome of the meeting. So it is usually on the product manager to do this, because they're the one again who managing the entire product and the project, right? So for note taking, I think for my own note taking, I have like a to-do list. I have a bunch of things to do, and I think on a personal level as well, Notion is a no-brainer. Everyone loves it. I was recently introduced to Notion, and honestly, terrific. I mean, it helps you, journal. It helps you create a to-do list. It helps you maybe take a note on a day that you really loved or day you're really sad. So it's like a whole package. But from a work front, it just makes me take notes really easily. I can move from my mobile to my desktop version. So it's super convenient. I think I don't need to sell it at all. So Notion is definitely the note-taking app for me, but for more personal things. But if I want to share some things more publicly, I want to make sure that everyone has access to it. My hack to this, and I've received a lot of appreciation for this one, is on the Google invite. So if you have a calendar invite for an event and it's a recurring thing, you can just attach a doc there and just add the minutes on that calendar invite, so that if it's a recurring thing, everyone has access to a doc, and that's what we refer to every time. So that's on a recurring thing. If it's a one-time conversation that you had, I usually attach the minutes to the meeting invite still, because it's easier to search a meeting invite, because you don't have so many of them. But I also keep like a chat group with the same set of people, and send it across there as well. Obviously every product has a running PRD where we add these things as well, so that it's safe and secure, and whatever we aligned on is still there. But it's a little bit of a work. It's also a habit changing thing that you have to do, that you have to make sure that after every conversation on that topic, you've taken down notes and the newest alignment is all out there, so that there are no confusions. I know this one's a little hard to do, and I don't always do it the best way, but the best practice is that. The other best practice is do it as soon as possible. Like just after the meeting is over, do the notes and be done with it. The longer you wait, the harder it will be to be more accurate. So that's the best practice there. Okay guys, now coming to the fourth and the final part, which is project management. This part is the most fun for a product manager if he has the right tools. Yes, Jira is one of the most common ones, where you can create tickets, you can have a Jira board, you can create tickets there, you can assign it to the right person, an email gets shot out to them, and whenever they respond to it, whenever they act on it, you will also get an email if you're an observer, and it's just very easy to manage it. But there are a lot of things that you can do over a Jira. So I always find it hard writing Jira comments or writing details on a Jira ticket, because it's just too tedious and it's a little repetitive. So what we started doing is we started using Loom. Now Loom is a great tool. You can just simply record your screen, tell whatever you want to tell to your engineer, and simply just paste that link on your Jira ticket and you're done. You don't need to write anything, you just need to record once, and that's all. However, these Product Monkey guys have even gone a step ahead, and they've built something even more epic. What I need to do is just copy the Figma link for my design. It picks up all the screens that were there on the Figma, creates actual written content after looking at the images itself, wow, AI, and just simply creates the content for the entire ticket. All I need to do as of now is just probably copy that content to a Jira, but they're also coming with the Jira plugins. Eventually I wouldn't even have to do that. Mind blown. Honestly guys, this is like saving so much effort from a product manager's life, and it just, if you are a product manager and you're going through this video and you haven't tried it, I don't understand why you haven't. Please. The link's in the description. Well, yes, these guys did reach out to me, and it's a collaboration piece with them, but it's not a sponsored piece. I'm not taking any money to say this, but I've genuinely felt that the product is epic. It's quite awesome. Please try it out. So yes, so those are the 4 types of products that a product manager could use, and things that make their life easy if you are a product manager. And like I said, otherwise, if you want to become a product manager, make sure you understand these tools well enough, because sooner than later they're gonna be an important piece of your life. Well, with that, I'll take your leave. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends who are product managers as you, or are aspiring PMs like you. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!